Hello, guys. Welcome to another trade recap. Today is June 4th, and we took a loss today. And I'm gonna talk about the loss really quick because I wanna go over some stuff that I was taking a look today. I was looking for the shorts today just because pretty much we had the sell off, I guess, move lower yesterday. We were pretty much under all value areas over here. NQ was also looking bearish, which I will just talk about it later. NQ was also looking kind of bearish. I was looking for possible like double break short if possible. Just if we like, I was wanting to if we take the break lower like here, I would just probably look for that retest to be weapon to move lower. But today we had the double. I was playing the double break like yesterday. To move lower. The thing is, that pretty much New York BWAP was pretty much pinching between the higher time frame BWAPs between previous day over here and overnight over here. I knew they were in the middle, but I really liked how everything was forming for the shorts. Um, there was there's nothing much else to say. When I was looking in the morning, I was kind of inclining more to the shorts because now we can, my idea for the shorts was that so we finally broke out from this range over here to the downside, and in this case, it was like a clear break from this range. It was a clear breaking of like this thing that we had yesterday where we just like kind of like a small sweep and then we can expect back into the range. This time was different. It was an actual break of the range. So well, let me actually move this because I was hearing the audio on the edits and I think it sounded kind of like weird. Also because my English is not, kind of weird sometimes, but let's see. So yeah, that was the other reason I was probably looking for the shorts was because of this move lower out of this range. I was like, okay, now we out of the range, clear move out of the range. Then we probably just look for shorts today, double break, and also, well, I call it double break because we broke to the high first. And also I was seeing that probably we're rejecting value area low the previous day New York VWAP, so everything was just aligning really good. The only thing was this VWAP over here, probably not the best. I could just probably just wait for more information next time of this. Just skip the double break, wait for the clear break under the opening range low, then look for that retest here or this retest here. That was one of the things. Um, and we can see on the notes over here, this was rejection from value area high, previous area low, and shorts because price was under value areas. Price broke out of the range that I just showed you on the 50-minute, and also NQ was looking good for shorts. Can we look at NQ over here? Even NQ had his first break to the opening range over here. Retest, move lower. So everything was looking really good for shorts. Also, the VWAP alignment over here is for shorts. So now if you put it out over here, like in comparison, we can see one next to another. And I'm not mad about the trade. Actually, I really follow my risk plan and everything. And there was like actually no hesitation in this trade. I just like as soon as we closed 100, I was like, okay, let's go. I took the trade on one of my ignites, one of my lucid, and on my top step, and I took the loss on the three of them, which is fine. But it really got me thinking. I was like, okay, like what the fuck is going on, you know? And it's not because I'm like to be I'm kind of like proud of my. This is gonna be weird, but I'm kind of proud of myself of how I've been handling these losses. To be honest, because I'm just taking it to the chin, and I'm not second guessing the strategy. I'm not second guessing what I'm my ideas in a sense. You know, um, it's not that I'm gonna look for another strategy. I'm just like trying to understand what's gonna be the better probability in this type of conditions because I've been kind of struggling a little bit. On these trades. I get this week and last week. because as an overall May was really good. It was long for nothing, and then it got kind of wonky for me. So I actually look back today, and I did like this small presentation over here. Let me show it to you guys. So pretty much I just went over my losses. So I went for two things over here. I went for the loss for all the losses that I got from May until now, and then I got also the shorts that are winners. And I'm getting the shorts that are winners just because, like if you look back to my trades, well, I'm looking back to my trades. Shorts are kind of hard, you know. Shorts have really not paying that much, so I also want to know when shorts are gonna actually pay. That's why I also added the shorts over here, so we can say over here. Let me actually pull my other tool that I have for this type of situations. Let me see if it works. Yeah, it works. All right. So we have on May I took a loss over here for the short, and this was just more me fighting the B webs on the overall trend. You can see the trend clearly is fucking higher, bro. My damas, follow the double break short over here. That's a clear loss. Then I flip and I took the long, and this was one of my mistakes because I took pretty much the trade over here because ENQ took this high over here, forming an SMT. And that's actually one of my turning points when I was like, I don't gonna look at SMTs anymore when I'm in a trade because usually it's better to use the 50-minute timing like here. Once you get 50 minutes straight up, you can just cut the trade over here. You're not gonna be a fucking dick by a tick, bro. Just like what, like I don't have the screenshot, but I think it's like 1 point. Really, you're gonna just be a dick by a point, but just close the trade. So that's one thing. So we can, I guess, don't count this one, but most loss, I was fighting the overall trend bullish, clear BWAP alignment bullish. So that's one loss. And then over here, the shorts win. And what happened for us to see the winners over here? So we see that we have pretty much clear BWAP alignment to the downside. This is the 50-minute over here. So we can see the clear trend lower, the BWAPs are trending lower. And also if we zoom, let me or whatever, we can see that actually NQ took his previous low over here. I had like a small indicator over here. This line, this green, this red thing over here, that's the line for previous low. So that's pretty much like this. So NQ actually took previous low. Yes, not. We have full up alignment. Shorts work this day. You know. Now, May 18. Now, both of the indices NQ and ES took previous low. We can see that we tried the longs over here, didn't work out. Tried the long on ES, it didn't work out. So pretty much on this day, BWAPs are mixed over here. We took previous low and were in shorts actually end up playing out for this day. But there also was a small trade. This is a markup that I took. A small trade long for the double break. We had the double break here. Let's see. So here was a double break with this candle over here. Then once we close above, took long for opening range high or even to the pre-market highs over here. So that's one long opportunity, even though the BWAPs were, trending lower, and also we took previous low over here. Then next it was a short win. While we're looking in common, previous low was taking on both, and also the BWAPs were clearly trending lower on both. Over here we can see it. And then this day, actually, I took two trades. I took this trade over here, and I took this trade over here for the shorts. And actually, this trade was the markup, but I actually took the trade. Like this, my entry was underneath that red line over there for the shorts. Now, loss was a long, so this was a clear for me was clear longs over here, clearly trending higher, be alignment higher. Was just of one of those losses that it's just like okay to take, you know. Then we have May break even. I took two trades today, that day, and also the longs work out really good over here for the first break. Then shorts play, but actually that day it's funny because like that day, despite that we have big up alignment for shorts, that day made the low over here, and that day actually just went out from there, straight up from there, straight up. we chop around for here for a bit, but we end up going higher that day despite of the VWAP alignment. And also, if you take a look, we never took previous low over here too. That's another thing. Then there was a short and a long loss, also the same thing. You can see the first idea is a long, despite the fact that we are playing against the BWAPs over here. Actually, let me erase this. We are playing the longs here for the the breaking vistas over here, and despite the fact that we have the BWAPs on top of us, we're still playing longs, and that's because if we take a look, price actually never took previous low over here. You know, so we can start seeing that longs are paying more than shorts. You know, then I took the long over here, and then it was a mess. Ended up going lower, but the first ideas actually are more forgiven. What I'm trying to see is that gonna be like the best I guess probabilities right now in these market conditions. Now, for example, this day was NQ loss, ES win. We can see previous stage low was never taken over here. We try the long on NQ that time, it didn't work. And I took the trade on NQ because he was the one that had the double break. But ES had two clear longs for a middle range trade, and also was actually didn't even broke the highest. It was pretty much two middle of the range trades on ES that actually worked really good that day. And then we can just see the B-bots, right? The B-bots are just pinching, clearly not like that clear and on trend. The overall trend on the higher time frame, it's higher, you know. Then we have shorts loss. Previous day was taken, so I took this short even though the previous day low was taken over here. We can see it over here and over here on the. Let me just zoom in really quick so you can guys see. There's the green line over here. Previous day low was taken, but we actually never like took that amount of time under the previous day's low. And actually, that's one of the notes for the or for today's trade was only the same thing. Like if we zoom out, and we see this green line over here in the middle on NQ. I mean, we have this bitch over here, but on NQ we can see on ES. Sorry, we can see that pretty much. Yeah, I mean, we took previous day's low at Asia Open, right over here, but I mean, we're just in this range, bro. Pretty much it's just like equilibrium, just 50% of this range. It's not like a big deal. Also, we like never, did this and this. We never traded underneath. You wanna like say in that way, and also at market open, we pretty much above previous day low, and we never revisited that. And actually, over here we actually retested with overnight, and it was just kind of like a support from there. So that's another thing to look at. What I'm trying to get here is that most of these days, for example, I took this short, it was a long this day. There was a long opportunity to actually pan out really good. Then this was June, it was this week also. Despite the fact that they're fighting the BWAPs over here, we get a move higher, you know. And also that was because of the news that we had. So we can say that these were the news, just news driven. And once that shit is off, we're back to normal, you know, um, trending trend to the upside. Then over here, the same thing. We can say that. Oh, shoot! Hold on. So this, I think this following my logic, this will be the correct trade this day, and that's because I mean, in a sense, well, actually no, I'm get forgive me. This is the correct short, making my ideas correct. This will be the correct short will be short, and that's because we have full B up alignment to the downside. And also we took previous low at the bottom over here. So what I'm seeing right now is that shorts might be the option only if previous day's low is taken, and if the B up alignment is, you want to say, like perfect in a sense, meaning that I know it doesn't really matter if we have, as long as if we're taking shorts, as long as New York is below overnight and previous day, or vice versa, it's it's full wheel up alignment for shorts. But what I'm seeing is that we need to have, so for me the perfect view of alignment, I that's kind of dumb to, I know it's not like a word vocabulary for trading, I guess, in a sense, but for me the most optimal view of alignment is gonna be previous day first, I guess on top, overnight, and then New York at the bottom for shorts. So what I'm seeing over here is that we need to have these conditions, and also previous day low needs to be taken out for us to say, okay, we might actually can give a shorts a try, you know. And also I'm seeing that longs are kind of more forgiven in a sense, you know, meaning that we can say that we are allowed to trade against DP WAPs on longs only, you know? And I mean, we can just look back to the markups over here, you know? Like we're just going long. I don't, I well, let's just exit. Let's just like don't look at this. This is something else. But again, over here, previously got taken over here. Full alignment for shorts. Good. Let's go back to the wins. Short win, full up alignment. Previously low was taken. Good. Shorts. Then long, it was loss in a long. This was the one that was just, I was okay taking that loss, which is perfectly fine. We can say this is an outlier in a sense. Then let's see. We try the shorts over here. Full up alignment for shorts. Previously got taken. Oh, we this one this not got taken, and actually after this price went higher, so that doesn't really follow what I'm saying over here. Today we have full wheel alignment for shorts. Previous day was never taken um in this day, so that's why we're gonna discard shorts on the morning for this. Then again over here, previous day was never taken, so shorts are not gonna be the one. We're gonna take this longs over here. Then on this day too. Previously got taken over here, but despite the fact we have not both we do not have full build up alignment over here, so we cannot take shorts. So I'm just like trying to see, okay, what's gonna be the best probabilities for me. And I know this is gonna, I don't know if I'm doing the correct thing over here, but I'm just like trying to understand what I'm actually doing wrong and where are my better probabilities on this current market conditions. Because despite the fact that we are looking, we're gonna go lower, we're not going lower, you know. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more of information on what I actually need to do, you know. So that's another thing, right? But yeah, that's that's the thing for me. I'm gonna test what I'm saying right now, to don't go short unless previous day slow is taken and there is full B up alignment for shorts on my optimal BWAP alignment, which is previous day, overnight, and then New York BWAP. I'm gonna stick to that for probably, let's give it a try in this 2 weeks. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'm doing this trade recaps pretty much every day now. I don't think I'm gonna do a weekly recap because I talk too much, bro. Like it's already 18 minutes, bro. So like I talk too much, bro. And I know it can be kind of boring. But I mean, I'm just doing pretty much this for myself, and someone is watching. I hope it it helps them, you know, and just see that I guess losses are just part of the game, and sometimes I think it's just important to you know stop, no stop, like just take out a step back and see, okay, what is actually going on over here, And this is because this is something like it's kind of weird for me because with big weapon strategy usually is weird. This is my first, I guess, losing streak that I got on this strategy, recently. So I'm just trying to understand what's actually going on over here. In a sense, that's why. Because usually with this strategy, it's actually pretty good win rate using BWAPs. Usually it's around above 60% easy. So that's why I'm just taking an extra look at what I'm actually doing wrong. And this is gonna sound kind of dumb, but for now, I think I'm just gonna be more inclined for longs, to be honest, unless I'm proven otherwise. Just because my all-time high is still, even today, bro. Like if I like look at this bitch, like Like what the fuck, bro? You know, but I mean, we can. You want to say this is gonna be a higher load over here, and we're gonna push lower. That's fine, bro. But after today, bro, and like what I'm seeing over here on my trading, I think I'm just gonna, you know, respect what I'm saying. If I don't like it, I'm just gonna don't take the trade. Um, yeah, just because I think shorts are costing me a little bit more than they do. You know, and also another thing, NQ. I'm trading NQ sometimes, and that's also caused me some losses too. So I'm just gonna stick to ES, stick to the BWAPs, be long, or suck it unless previous age low is taken and if there is full BWAP alignment for shorts. That's gonna be my next plan of focus. And I will just keep you guys posted, see how it is. I actually have my hot seat with my trading group on Monday, and I'm probably just gonna mention what I just told you guys today about the BWAP alignment and stuff and see what they think about it. And actually tomorrow we have a call, so I'm probably gonna mention that tomorrow. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the trade recap. It's already almost a fucking 20 minutes for Jesus. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I hope you guys made money today. And if not, you know, go back and see what actually went wrong. See probably what you can do improve, and all the stuff like I'm trying to do over here. And that's it pretty much for me, guys. Take a good rest and see you guys tomorrow.